Peace. Uh, as a traditional Muslim, I always thought that the zabur was something that was only given to Prophet David. But that's not the case. And I'm going to show you right now. In proof for 163. God is stating the instructions Muhammad is getting is the same as the prophets before him. Then God states, we gave David Zaburin. Right? So that's why, and that's the reason why I always thought that only David had the Zabur. Now here, 1643. God states, before Muhammad, God only sent men with instructions. And then God tells Muhammad to ask those dedicated to the reminder. Right? Then in 1644, God tells you what do they come with. With clarity, Bayinat, and El Zuburi, and the Zubur. So they all came with that. Here in 1715, God states, we prefer some prophets over others, and we gave David Zaburin. Right? David has that. 21:105. And we mandated in the Zabur and the Zaburi after the reminder, my servants who make right will inherit the land and art. Right? So here we see that God has the Zabur itself. And God wrote in that Zabur. God mandated in that Zabur that the servants who make right will inherit the land and art. Now, everyone mistranslates this word el ard, which just means land, into earth at this particular proof. They say my servants, may say my righteous servants will inherit the earth. And it's not talking about the earth. It's just talking about the garden, Al Jannah. Right? I'm gonna show you how this means Al Jannah, because the word ard just means land. And the word earth is a newer term. Earth wasn't used during the time of the reading of Muhammad's time. They didn't use the word earth, they used the word land. And they didn't use the word ocean, they used the word sea. You know what I mean? Seas and river. There was no oceans, you know? Or they used the word heaven. They didn't use the word sky. They used the word heaven. These are newer terms. So, if you go to 1372, before then, God gives you examples of something that's will go on in the garden. Describes it. And then God says in 1372, and that is the garden, El Jannah, which you will inherit for what you did. So this right here explains you what Al Ard is in 21:105, which is the garden. 23:53. But the command was disputed between them into Zaburin, each party happy with what it had. So here we see how the people of earlier generations, they divided God's command and they put these commands into a Zabur and into the Zabur, and each group is happy with what it has. So as you can see, an example would be like amongst the Christians, you got the Protestant, the Catholic, the Presbyterians, and so forth. Then, like when it comes to the Jews, you got the Hasidics, you got the Zionists, and you got the Orthodox, and you got the conservative Jews or whatever. And the same thing with the Islamic religion. You got the Sunnis, the Shi'i. You have Ahmadi, Qadiani, I think. All these different kind of groups, and each group is happy with what it has. 26, 196. God is talking about before that comes to 196. God is talking about the reading and stuff like that, the qualities of the reading. Then God says, and it's in the zaburi of the earlier people. So the information in the reading is in the zabur of the earlier people, earlier generations. 35:25. And if they deny you, those before them denied. Their messengers came to them with clarity and with the zaburi and with the mandate of light. (54:43). Are your rejectors better than those that for you is immunity in the zaburi? 54:52. And everything he or she does is in the zaburi and in the zabur. So as you see, David is not the only one who had the zabur. As you can see from the context, you can look it up yourself. You can see that the zabur wasn't something that is just exclusive to Prophet David. Now, all the messages came with zabur. So, and Allah had a zabur with it that it wrote it mandated in the zabur that the servants that make right will inherit the garden. So, that's that. Peace.